All right, this one's tricky. You gotta make a big loop. You gotta make a big loop. Keep your hands down low and loop it.
Todd McRoby exemplifies the whole teacher. He believes in students by being an example himself during the instructional day and off hours when the community is sponsoring an event.
There you go, Jacob. That's better. There you go.
He is mainly motivated to many children and students at the school, and they do look up to him a lot, and they do think he's a great teacher.
When that foot gets tired, switch to the other foot.
He has put himself out there to provide positive character count celebration assemblies by being the Grinch in full costume, being one of our narrators, and getting out and shaking a leg or two during our dance routines.
He's really supportive, and he just helps us learn how to do stuff, and when he does, he just explains it really nice, and he's just really kind about it and makes PE really fun.
There's always something new that you're gonna do, and you never know what you might be able to do.
Coach Mac, known by the students and staff, is an amazing human being who is kind, special, and very important at Centennial. He is Mr. Centennial.
This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what is the relationship between the X and the Y?
Mrs. Shauna Stingle is the Babe Ruth of intermediate teachers. She comes to work every day with a positive outlook on life and learning. Her students are her world, and she is theirs.
If you put a dollar sign next to it, you would know, right? So you could put a dollar sign next to the 12. There you go. Now work together to figure this out.
She's really nice to all the students, and she believes in them.
She devotes her own time to the Chaparral community and students that need her services, including tutoring, homebound teaching, and coaching.
I didn't really like math, but she helped me to understand it more, so now I'm better at math and I have fun with it now.
For those students that have been fortunate enough to have Mrs. Stingle as their teacher, their memories will forever link learning to love and success.
She makes the lessons fun, and she puts stories into them, so you'll laugh and have fun with it. We had a lot of good memories and fun times when she was teaching us, and we were together every day.
Something like that. You're a gas meter reader.
Mrs. Stingle represents the pride that exists at Chaparral Elementary School. She is dedicated, caring, and focused. Shauna is seen as a true team member who is always willing to support other professional educators at our school.
Yep. So do we got the roll? Show me your thumbs. Perfect, right? Not hard? Okay.
It is an honor and with great pleasure that I recognize Mrs. Shauna Stingle as our Chaparral Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
You should have 12 different genotypes based on your pairs, based on your matches. Okay, so go ahead and start filling in 1 through 12 straight down that line.
Lisa Miller exemplifies what it means to be a dedicated educator.
She loves teaching, and she's really good at it. And no one ever complains about her because she cares about everybody.
Her positive attitude combined with her enthusiasm to be a lifelong learner makes her a role model to students, staff, and all she comes in contact with.
I never liked science until this year because of Miss Miller. She helps me really understand it. She's the best teacher ever that just teaches things great. And she loves to help everyone do their best on tests, and she can explain it in a different way for everyone if they don't understand.
You've got 2 recessives, however, your 2 recessives are codominant. So the new color you get when you have those 2 alleles is blue.
Most teachers, they just teach you, but she's like your friend. She teaches you in a way that it's just easier for you to learn everything.
But now that you have a really good understanding of Punnett squares and how that recessive trait falls, we're going to talk about codominance.
Mrs. Miller is the epitome of the teacher who believes failure is not an option.
Because of her, science has really made a difference in my life.
So you need to work with these two numbers first.
Mrs. Sophia Patterson is the Teacher of the Year for Cortina Elementary School. Mrs. Patterson is a 5th grade teacher and epitomizes the pride that exists at Cortina. She's dedicated, caring, and a very focused teacher.
She makes learning fun, and if you don't understand it the first time, she'll make sure you understand it.
So if we have 9 divided by 3, what does that equal?
3.
Yes.
Sophia has a lot of integrity, and she's very service-oriented. She's seen as a teacher on campus who will help and support any staff member.
She's really nice, and she helps the kids that need the help.
Sophia's background in literacy and math and her experience in the primary grades has helped her to become a phenomenal 5th grade teacher. Technology and integrating technology into the classroom and into the students' day-to-day lives is a passion of hers, and she has used technology to better engage students in her class and reach each and every one of them.
She's the best teacher I've ever had.
She's just the best.
I need to go in order of operation, okay? Do I divide or do I subtract first?
In addition to her teacher duties, Mrs. Patterson gives of herself in many ways for not only the betterment of her own classroom, but her grade level and the school at large. Cortina is an excellent school due to the caliber of staff members such as Sophia Patterson. Congratulations on your award, Sophia. We're proud of you.
Funny, frisky, smooth, and small. Oh, frisky. A kitten is a good example of something frisky. You know, they're jumping around all the time. They have lots of energy. That would be frisky.
Lisa is a master teacher in every aspect. She's very positive with her students, staff, and community members, and is always willing to go above and beyond in her duties as a teacher.
She's a really fun teacher. We get to do like really fun projects that the other teachers don't do with their class.
It's blue, okay, or aqua. We talked about the color aqua this morning.
She's highly respected by her colleagues and well-loved by her students. Lisa is a champion of children. All students in her class consistently exceed expectations academically and make tremendous growth both socially and emotionally.
What would that be?
Kind of rough.
Okay, it might be, yeah, look at his nose, it's all prickly there.
She works really hard.
Is it a fluffy bird? Is it a feathery bird? Is it a fuzzy, furry little bear cub?
It's really fun doing the math and language.
The rocks are wet, the water's wet. I think that's a great describing word. So I'd erase water and put wet, okay?
Her students leave her class with both a strong academic and character foundation that will undoubtedly lead to continued success in school. Lisa, on behalf of the students, staff, and community of Gateway Point Elementary, we congratulate you on this honor.
Does this one have it there? No. So you have to remember that these are worth 5 minutes apiece.
Higley Traditional Academy's Teacher of the Year is kindergarten teacher Mrs. Tracy Fuller. She deserves all the accolades that come with the title Teacher of the Year.
We do lots of fun stuff. She's always nice to people. And we do competitions, and whoever wins gets a special treat.
Tracy's reaction will be one of shock and awe, followed by deep gratitude, one that only Tracy Fuller could possess. This award will finally allow Tracy to see how much she is loved by her peers and how much we appreciate her. You're welcome. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires.
That's it. Good job.
When fall breaks, I usually miss her.
Tracy Fuller inspires us to be better people and, more importantly, better teachers each and every day.
She's gonna go up and she's gonna grab. one of the little boxes of sand. Now she's gonna walk very carefully back to her seat.
Research states that the teacher is the most important variable in the classroom. Step into Danielle's classroom and you will immediately know that's the case.
This one's able to pull out iron filings, and this one's not able to pull out. Which one do you think is the strongest?
This one.
That one, yeah.
She does so many amazing things with us. Like, she makes us understand things easier than maybe most teachers do.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna cut this out and you're gonna glue it to that next page in our book.
She frequently invites others into her classroom to observe, and she also is seeking out opportunities for collaboration with our 5th grade teachers to ensure that her students are ready for next year.
Well, how do you guys know these are weak?
Because they can't.
They're not attracting much, are they?
She's an awesome teacher. She is amazing at lots of things.
Wow! Look! Excitement and high levels of energy are the norm. We are excited to have Tanel Kazmerzak as Power Ranch's Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
And 90, and what comes last? 100. Awesome.
Erin Pillsbury is a hardworking, approachable, and effective teacher who invests into her students, both present and past. She's been a parent volunteer, an instructional aide, a student teacher, a preschool teacher, and a kindergarten teacher at Santan Elementary.
We learn how to do more math problems.
2, 3, 4. Now stop here. What's the next number? 4 plus what? Okay, so make him jump 4 more times.
She's willing to share ideas, resources, activities, and information with teachers and instructional aides of previous students to support their ongoing success. She uses varied and creative approaches to teach her students. She knows each of her students well enough to individualize instruction and support their learning, social, and emotional needs in the classroom.
She knows a lot of stuff. She helps us when we don't know how to do stuff.
Is he gonna jump? Because it's 6 plus 0. Right, so leave him there. 6, raise your hands. Good job, Landon. You gotta sit all the way on your bottom. We're gonna do one more problem. Who's got a problem?
She is a teacher worthy of cloning and well deserving of this acknowledgement.
This is my class who likes to write, like, your leads are funny, but they're really good. I love this, where you put your humor in it.
Casey Olson is a clear example of a teacher that is always looking to improve and perfect her craft.
She always has great lessons to teach us, and we learn more from her every day.
What is it? A thesis statement. Good. Do we put a thesis statement always in an essay? Yes.
She has lots of detail into what she's teaching.
Yeah, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
She can always break down lessons for you if you don't understand.
All right, let's go ahead and get going. I will be around for questions if you raise your hand. Okay?
She has good lessons and she makes them simple for us to understand.
Is that fun?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe an unhealthy. Okay.
When you combine her love for children, work ethic, willingness to work out of her comfort zone and try new things, it creates a makeup of a teacher that has limitless potential and the opportunity for great success in her classroom. Congratulations, Casey. Cooley is proud to have you as our Teacher of the Year.
So there's lots of different ways that we can use data to tell a story, to influence people, to say things and see things the way we want them to, and there's also ways to mislead.
Linda Baywick embodies the HUSD core values. Her passion for her students and their learning is evident immediately upon entering her classroom.
Who would really like this graph, and what is wrong with it? Yes?
I just love her because she cares about her students and she's passionate for what she does, and she loves nothing more than to see the smiling faces of her students as they walk in the door to do some math.
She's just so welcoming. She has this one-on-one connection with other students to lead us and guide us through high school.
Her positive and can-do attitude is always exemplified when talking with her colleagues, her students, or parents, whether it is about curricular standards or the next student council or NJHS activity.
Big, over 50%, because it's just about 50% of that circle. So it's misleading.
Whenever she teaches, I feel like I understand more than other teachers.
She incorporates everything that she can teach us with, and she makes sure that we understand it so we can go on with the basics we need to go to high school.
Her student growth percentiles reflect her student-focused instruction, and she holds herself and her students accountable by tracking their own growth, while she concurrently provides individualized intervention and enrichment to her students. Mrs. Baywick is an inspiration to all whom she encounters.
It's fun having her as a teacher.
I think this will be the most memorable year.
I wish you would be my teacher for every period for the rest of my life.
The goal for this morning then is for you to completely write your 5-paragraph essay.
In a time of great change and multifaceted transformation in education, Mrs. Yvonne Warner continues to rise to the occasion as a classroom teacher in the name of creating an authentic environment of college readiness at Higley High School.
Be sure that you've used the argumentation strategies.
Ms. Warner is one of the most caring, thoughtful persons I've ever met in my life.
She really cares for her students. I mean, she really involves them, and I have to say she gets your attention like no other. She really draws me into the class.
Focused and purposeful in her approach, Yvonne is keenly aware of the significant responsibility that defines the role of today's classroom educator.
Main idea. Yep, so that's your main idea. Then your quote, boom, is your evidence. Then tell me what the quote means.
She actually cares about the students and their well-being and how they are, and understands certain scenarios of how they're doing and works with them if they need help.
She just is a really compassionate teacher and really shows love for her students.
Homogram, and then, ooh, I love it. I love this. I think this is a good essay, which is so dystopian. I know. Very good. Good question. That's awesome.
Yvonne's energy, enthusiasm, and attention to detail elevate the educational experiences of all of her students, preparing them to be lifelong learners and tomorrow's leaders.
You want to be feeling it right here and right here only. These muscles, your traps, should stay relaxed the whole time. So get bent over more. Okay, now just fire straight out, arms straight out. Better.
It is my honor to submit this nomination for Mr. Steve Campbell on behalf of the Williamsfield High School community for the 2014 HUSD Teacher of the Year Award.
All right, 6 sets of 1, 6 sets of 1, 95%. You only have 45 seconds, so you can't get 3 guys through. All right.
Coach Campbell's a very influential man in my life, and he makes sure that every athlete on his team is on the right track and doing what they're supposed to do.
He's such a big role model to me. Apart from my father, he's probably one of the biggest male figures in my life.
He gets all my respect, and not only do I respect him, but he shows each one of those people that he coaches or that he is peers around, that he shows them respect.
In, 2 guys in, 2 guys out. Let's go. 95% on your bars. Get it set. Get my bent over row set up.
Through his dedication in the classroom and on the field, he represents the very best in public education and has significantly contributed to the development of Williamsfield youth and community.
Go. This last one.
He's just such a great man in my eyes, and not only mine eyes, but plenty of people's eyes.
He embodies the spirit of service and commitment to excellence that all educators should aspire to achieve. It is without hesitation or qualification that I recommend Steve Campbell for the 2014 HUSD Teacher of the Year Award. He is truly one of Arizona's best.
Coach Campbell, you're our Teacher of the Year.